welcome back to Blue Couch Therapy. It's your boy, Better Yet the Man. Today I wanted to talk to you about embracing the uncertainty of life and allowing life to take you where it needs to take you. Of course, we are in control of our destiny. I believe that we do have free will, we have choice, we have the ability to steer our lives in the direction in which we choose. But at the same time, we don't have control over how we get there. So it's almost like we have control. We can pick the destination, but we can't choose the path to get there. And as life has shown me, there's many paths to get there. There's 1,000,001 ways to make money. There's 1,000,001 ways to hold it down. So it's a matter of just setting your intention and then letting what will be. Because I was literally just reading Matthew chapter 6. Great read, King James Version. If you have your Bible with you, you can read it. And it just talks about that your Father knows what you want before you even want it. Before you even want it. So to me, that's a great reminder that once, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When you understand your true heart's desire and that treasure that lies within your heart, then you'll be able to, then God will be able to lead you into that direction. As I speak about in my own book, following your own intuition is another great way to make sure that you're headed in the right direction. If you're doing something and you're feeling as though it's not working, or you're feeling as though you're not happy, or it's not your greatest joy or excitement, then perhaps it's time to analyze and see if there's another alternative or another opportunity out there for you. Oftentimes, I think we get trapped in this idea of cave safety, quote unquote safety, even though really there is none. You could be at your job for 10 years and then something could happen, downturns in the market, and then all of a sudden, you're sucking your thumb on the street corner. So I don't believe that we can find safety in others. For the most part, we cannot find safety in others, I don't think, because everything revolves around you. Everything is you must be your own savior. You must be able to look within your own heart and establish your truth, create your own systems, create your own identity. Because this world is so good at telling you what you should do, who you should be, where you should go, who you should marry, what you are allowed to enjoy, what you're not allowed to enjoy. And then even these things change so drastically. Sorry, just some traffic in the area. And then these things change so drastically based off demographics. So how can we base our lives off of something that's ever changing? So you can't set your sights on external validation. You can't live your life trying to please other people. And I think that's something that really has us bound and limited, is trying to live our lives based on the opinions of others. Tragic. I only really started to become happy and live my truth and enjoy the things that make me laugh and make me have fun when I stopped caring what people think about me. Of course, you must be mindful of the society in which we live. I'm not saying, piss yourself and never change your flow. That's ridiculous. There's always somebody that's going to be like, oh, well, what if come on, man. Let's be real about it, okay? I'm just trying to say that don't live your life trying to please others. Don't live your life trying to impress other people. Especially going back to Matthew chapter 6. That was one of the reasons why I think one of the lessons that I have to keep relearning over and over at this time is that you can't be like the hypocrites that want to be seen and heard. Just do your dirt on your lonesome, do your thing, come up in the game by yourself. It doesn't have to be by yourself necessarily, structure is important, family, teamwork, all them things. But I just mean, if you got to come up, keep it on the low, do your thing, and don't let the desire to want to talk about it prevent you from actually doing it. In my book, How to Get It, A Brief Guide to Getting in Tune with Your Inner Self, I think it's chapter 6, or one of the final chapters of the book, is don't talk about it, just be about it. So essentially, it's a matter of just knowing what you want, understanding that, and then you don't have to be like a hypocrite who's just going to be, hey, I'm going to make YouTube videos, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. That's something that I've struggled with my whole life too, I've always felt that okay, you got to talk about it, let people know what's going on, and because I'm a speaker, I'm speaking to you guys, I enjoy talking, I enjoy speaking my mind and having intelligent conversations with you guys. So it's like a part of me always wants to share, always wants to, involve others in those kinds of things, but it's like you can't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And then even if we break that down, that's talking about the idea of the right brain versus the left brain. because your right brain have all the ideas. That's your creative side that make you want to jump up and down, start your business, make that music, make that movie, whatever it is that your heart desires. It's the left brain that's like, no, the rational mind that says, okay, yeah, that's cool, you want to rap, that's cool, you want to make YouTube videos, but you only got one view this time, you only got one listen that time, that's not working, give it up and go back and get something safe. Go get back and get something safe. A job where you get a pay stub, a T4 every 2 weeks, you get your pay stub, you know, and you get a W2 at the end of the year. For my Canadians and my Americans, what up? And I think that can be limiting if you're not living in your truth and if you're not living in your divine abundance and happiness. If you're happy where you are working and your job, then this doesn't apply to you. This is for people that have felt in their hearts, that have felt in their spirits that there's more, that they want to give more, that they want to do more, that they want to experience more of what this world has to offer than just working all day and night. And then once a week, perhaps you can go to a restaurant that you know, really can't afford because house taking up everything, and car insurance and rent and bills, family, all that fun stuff, you know, the things that they tell you that you need in order to be happy in this world. So find your divine truth, find what it is that makes you and makes you uniquely you. Find out what makes you uniquely you, because we all have our own fingerprint. That's why they're data scraping and collecting our biometric data to sell to advertisers, to make us consume more and buy more products, because we're all different. We're all here with a unique identifying token or an identifying marker in our lives and in our spirits. So yeah, embrace the uncertainty of life. Embrace that, you know, you don't know. Embrace that you don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know where the Lord is taking me. I know I'm protected. I know I'm blessed. I know I'm abundant, and I know I'm living in my truth, creating, speaking to you guys, making content, creating, and just opening up different avenues that I never thought of before when I was working a traditional 9-to-5 that keeps you, you know, in a state of thinking, in a particular state of thinking. Not to say anything is wrong with anything, but I'd rather be an employer than an employee, right? So to me, I just feel as though you have to embrace that uncertainty. You have to kind of lean into it. As Nipsey said, long live, I dove off the deep end without a life jacket and I learned how to swim. So, hey, figuratively and literally, before the pool's closed for the winter season, I think maybe next week I might be able to get one more swim in. Maybe not, I don't know. Whatever. The point here I'm trying to make is that embrace the uncertainty, embrace the flow, embrace the not knowing, you know, because even if you think about your life and where you have gone, the things that you said you wanted to do, that you were able to do, that you were able to uncover, was the path really what you thought it was going to be? Ask yourself. You tell me. Put it in the comments below if your path was exactly as though you thought it, you wrote it down to be. And I can see into the future, and my path still changes on the day-to-day. But I know that the end goal is where I'm living in the end result, not thinking about the day-to-day and worrying about what I'm gonna eat, where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna do, how much work is gonna come in today. Am I gonna make 300, 500, 1,000, 10,000 today? Don't worry about it. Again, Matthew 6, read Matthew chapter 6, read Matthew chapter 6 to understand what it is that I'm trying to explain here. And dive into the uncertainty and don't be afraid. Don't be fearful of tomorrow, wondering, okay, well, in 90 days when this money runs out, I might, you know, I might not have enough. I might be late on this or that. Don't think about that, because tomorrow's problems, you can solve tomorrow's problems tomorrow. Today, give everything your all. Give it your all. Because I think it's funny that, like, it's so easy for us to envision poverty. It's so easy for us to envision lack and failure, but we can't imagine what if it do? What if it work? What if you put that song out and then it blows up? What if you put a YouTube video out and then people want to connect with you? Somebody sees it. It just takes one. It just takes one. Because the same way they make you feel fearful and they're like, oh, anything can happen. Anything can happen to you. You know, they always want to talk about that in the negative sense. Anything can happen to you. You can go outside and get hit by a truck. You can get beat up. You can get robbed at the ATM. Oh, you know, be careful because this could happen to you. But they never tell you, they never instill in you that good things can happen. They never instill that, like, oh yeah, you know, enjoy yourself so that way you can build a business, start serving other people in the way that you feel fulfillment. and take it from there. Let it grow into a flourishing garden where you can be happy in the choices that you've made. So again, family, I choose not to live in fear, and I implore, whichever term is the right one, to do the same. My whole essence, as I've understood in my relation with God, is that I have to live my life without fear so that I can show other people that they can too. And it's scary. It's scary at times to be an individual in a society of conformity. So don't let the negative notion of what could be, don't let the negative notion of what could be. If we're gonna sit here and think about what could be, why can't we just think about, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if the world was chocolate? Remember that Cadbury commercial? Anybody remember that old commercial? That's a funny one. Back in the day when I used to download videos and commercials and songs and stuff on Kazaa and LimeWire. Shout out to the OG pirates that know what I'm talking about. But I digress. I digress. Embrace the uncertainty. Embrace the uncertainty of life, and embrace your childlike imagination in the sense that you're willing to try. A lot of people are too scared to even try. I'd rather try and fail than never try anything at all, and then 45 years later look back and I'd be like, damn, I didn't even try nothing. Because we all end up in the same place. At the end of the day, we all end up in the same place, the graveyard. So might as well try a thing, might as well try to make some music, might as well try to make some movies, might as well try to enjoy this time that we have here with your family and friends, instead of having to postpone everything, instead of having to tell people that you can't, enjoy with them because you have something to do. You have to work all the time. You have to, you're working all the time. It's tragic. I think we were not born to work. Because even for me personally, as an independent creator, independent contractor, my whole premise is like, I want to work as much as I need to. Some days in my mind, but at the same time, like some days in my mind, I also want to make as much as I can in one day. Because what if you make $10,000 one day, and then the next day you don't work, and then the next day you make $3,000, the next day you make $200? Like, it fluctuates. But to me, I'm kind of like, okay, stop looking at everything from a daily perspective. That's where I think I get aggy, because it's like, I'll think that, oh well, not a lot of work came in today, but tomorrow you might get 20. Yesterday you got 30, today is 3, and then tomorrow we might get 50. You never know. But as long as by the end of the month, okay, you have 31 opportunities in any given month to get your hustle up and write a check, it doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem that scary, So, 1 second. True. My man just cut off a silver Honda Civic so that he could go into the McDonald's Plaza. All right, McDouble, let's go. Hilarious. So yeah, I just think that it's important to embrace the uncertainty. Don't be so caught up on trying to have everything planned and figured out. Just think about what it is that you want, let go of the idea, and keep working your hardest to achieve your dreams. That's it. Because you're not going to be able to predict everything that happens on the way. You can predict the destination, but you can't predict the journey. That's what I learned. What I have learned, is that you can pick the destination, you can live in the destination, you can enjoy it, you can sit in the sun, but you can't plan the journey. You might get there by bus, you might get there by plane, you might get there by boat, but all three options take you to the same place. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of understanding where you want to go and keeping that at the forefront of your mind, so that in tune you can get to where you want to be eventually. It's not that, I think it's how does it go? It's like, it's difficult, it's easy, but it's not, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. When they say where it's like, it's easy, but it's not hard, or it's hard but it's not easy, something like that. If you know what the saying that I'm trying to express here, can you please put it in the comment section down below? Help your boy out. It's easy, but it's not easy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's easy, but it's not, yeah. Once you start to understand the game, this life that we live in is a game. And some people are kind of like, oh, life is not a movie. Life is not a movie. Life is not a game. then what is it then? We're all here trying to accumulate stuff. If you ever played a game, it's always just a matter of trying to accumulate the most stuff, trying to get the most money, and trying to like travel the farthest, get the most experience points, and so on and so forth. So I guess I just think that, like, how could life not be a game? How could life not be a movie where you're your own star and you get to pick and direct your film and decide how things happen in your life, according to your will as a director, according to your will as the potter who molds and shapes your own life. So I say all this to say, guys, take control. Take control by letting go. Take control by letting go, and stop trying to hold on to things, and stop trying to dictate where their energy goes. Just let it flow. Just let it flow. Because every time you try to control energy, every time you try to hold on to something this tightly, it just goes through your fingers. No matter how tightly you try to squeeze water, you can't keep it in your fist. So let it flow. Let it flow. And our bodies are made up of 80% water. Let it flow. Let it flow. Water is literally like the sustenance of life beyond the sun. Water and the sun. What else? What else? Without those two things, nothing on earth grows. And then if nothing on earth grows, we have nothing to eat. And then we all zoinked. Love you guys lots. I am out for another one. Gotta go. More pots to make up. Word up. Love you guys lots. Check out the links in the description below if you're interested in anything that I have to offer. And I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, forgot to mention, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you're listening to me this long, 16 and a half minutes, just know you're loved, know you are appreciated, know you are... It's cool, like, you're actually listening to me for 16 minutes. That's interesting. That's fun. So yeah, anyways, pulling up and hopping out. So I'll see you guys in the next one. See you soon. Can't wait to connect with you guys in person. Can't wait to see all of my friends and family. Love you guys. Peace. I'm out.